Hello everyone. Welcome again to my channel, and I call it self-care according to Chinese medicine and Ayurveda as well. And today I would like to talk with you, give you a good tips about the seasonal energy of the winter, which is very important to balance yourself in the winter. In the winter we have like the energy of the let's say the energy of the fall or the energy of the summer, the yang energy we call it, is slowly from fall, and the winter is the final process. It's never the final process, of course, but in the winter it's the final process of yang that come in inside to the yin, and that's what is important to nourish, give support to the yang, and not like let the yang, because the yang want to go up. The yang is very active energy, and to find balance in life we need to balance between yin and yang. It's a bit like if you see this, the very famous yin and yang symbol. So you see the white one is the yang energy, it's the day energy, the white one, and all the time it's movement. And then when the day is finished, so the yin energy is coming as well. So it's like that all the time, this circle that go in energy, and we want to be balanced with that as well. And another example as well, it's if you see here as well, so we see here, this is yin and yang, which is in balance, but we never there, because it's all the time, it's movement, it's all the time movement. This is like the ideal balance, but the nature is not there, or the human being is not there all the time. We all the time in the movement. So sometimes the yin is going to up and the yang is becoming less, and the other way around. The yin is too little and the yang is go up. So in the winter time we want to we try to prevent, not let the yang energy go up too much, and I explain you why, because this is like can cause you unbalance. And like I said before, if you don't take care of yourself the season before, so you pay the result season after, or few months after, or the year, or so on. So if you live this life many years like that, you don't care of yourself according to the nature low, so it's maybe you can get some serious unbalance as well. In Chinese medicine we don't call it disease, we call it unbalance. We diagnose, it's not, let's say you have like a migraine, we call it like let's say liver energy that rising up and so on. So I will not like to call it disease. Okay, so it's like, yeah, what I mentioned in the beginning, it's like we want to let the yang, the energy, not arise too much in the winter time. So the quality of winter time, it's like there are a lot of, it's associated with the water element, the winter, associated with black, for example, the color, because the water energy, the winter energy, is like, it's the end, it's a very beautiful energy, it's the end and it's the beginning as well, but you don't see the beginning, it's very still. It's like I can describe this yin energy and the winter energy in a lot of way, but it's like more I would like to say that it's a receptive energy, let's say it's like more like recover energy as well. When I say recover energy, it doesn't mean to be something like, oh, I'm sick, I don't feel well. It's like recover every day from the day before. This can be a good idea. Because when I say recover energy as well in the winter or in the night time, which you see this the circadian clock of Chinese medicine or the rhythmic clock of Chinese medicine. So in the winter time or in the night time, this is the most important time in the night time to let's say the best healing way for you, the natural healing, is to sleep good. And in the night time, it's all the blood is like cleaning the liver. If you see here, I will talk about as well, liver between 1 to 3 nights working more. So we want to give the body this the relaxation to clean all this toxicity that it's gathered, because in Chinese medicine we believe that when we have like toxin emotion like anger, worry, and so on, all those emotions that we have sometime, not sometime, but we have kind of lot. So in the nighttime, it's good to clean it, because the energy in the nighttime as well, it's the energy of the liver, the wood energy, the liver and the gallbladder as well. And this energy is can be very creative energy. So if we are still awake in this time around, if you see here, around 11, around 12 o'clock, so it's very, very difficult for us to sleep a very deep sleep. Let's say a lot of creative people around this time they start to produce things, artist, writer, all those ideas. But it's important as well that you, let's say, solve your problems before this time that you go to sleep, because then the body and the mind want to solve this problem, the practical problem, if you have problem in work, if you have problem in relationship, and so on. So try to, let's say, try to go sleep friendly with yourself. This is the best advice for me. Like maybe meditate, and I give you some tips as well what to do in the winter time as well, or in the evening time as well. Okay. Yeah, so you have to think a little bit like in energy. Winter energy is like I said, it's recover energy. Think about the soil, like the soil need to be recovered as well. So in the winter time, we're not going to plant tomato, for example, because the soil, the energy won't take this, because the energy is in, it's like it's gathered, it's like nothing is growing, it's keep the self before the growing it start. The same thing, you need to think a bit as well with your intention in life as well. Don't start like a big project now, go a bit inside, time for reflection, time to look a bit inside, uh, what you want to do next year, for example. Start to plan this, but not like full action now. No, definitely no. So when I say not full action, so try not to sweat too much, for example, because the energies want to go in, want to, let's say the yang is coming in, the heat, it's more inside, the heat, it's not so outside like in the summer. So prevent like sweat, like run in, for example, now when I live here in Sweden for the last, like I said, 20 years, and I see sometimes people that run in the winter when it's -5, 0, +5, and I don't think it's a very good idea to run too much in the winter time when it's so cold. And the same thing with like maybe hot yoga, it's not 100% good for you if you're a very, very active person and you want to relax a bit. So maybe yin yoga, restorative yoga, yeah, yoga nidra, it's very good as well before to go to sleep if you like have insomnia, sleep problem. So there are a lot of way, but think a bit like you don't want to too much activity. Let's say if you working time as well, try not to work, I don't know, late. Try to finish your work around 4 or 5, and then that's it. You don't take the work inside. Don't take the work home with you. So all these things, it's very, very, very important to adjust yourself to the winter energy, because all the time we want to be balanced with the nature. So yeah, so this is like, if you see here the black one, this is the winter time. This is like I talked before about the introduction in the other film about the seasonal chi of the different season. So the black one, it's the winter time, and it's like from November the 6th to the January of 6th. So this is soon we're going to get there. So that's why I did as well this film, because my vision is like to give you tips every season, every month, and so on. So I try to make this film now before the winter. And for example, as well, in the night I slept well, but I had this thinking about this film, how I'm going to do it, and I was some dreams and how I will talk and so on, and ideas. And it's exactly when we talk about this liver time, the liver time. It's like between this time, sometimes we dream things that we get connected with the eternal energy, with the consciousness, the universe consciousness, so on. So this time that's why this time is very important, that you sleep deep and you sleep good between 1 to 3 o'clock. But in the this time as well of the day, 11 to 1 in the night, this is the gallbladder energy as well. So the gallbladder energy, it's like that. In Chinese medicine, we have the 5 element energy. The 5 element, it's like, wood, fire, and so on. And I will talk about it more about this 5 element. But the gallbladder energy, it's the energy of the wood energy, wood yang energy, because every in 5 elements, every element has yin and yang aspect. So gallbladder, it's the wood yang energy. So the gallbladder, it's want to like expand this energy, and so that's why it's very important that we give this energy a bit how should I say, a bit like something that draw you down and give you a bit base, and you don't like flaring up. Okay, so, and as well in Chinese medicine we have the 5 element energy, or the meridian energy, which is yang wood, which I said, the gallbladder. But then we have the deep energy as well of each organ in the 5 element. And the deep energy of gallbladder, like you see here as well, it's water energy. So it's interesting to see how the gallbladder energy has 2 different energy, but in the way they working together. And why I'm telling you that, because the gallbladder deep energy, which is winter energy, is the energy that the seed, it's still sitting there, it's still waiting to burst out. It's not, there is a life there, but you don't see it. You know, it's like, let's say if you have, here in Sweden, we have the lake that they're frozen in the winter time, and then sometimes you feel like under the water, they're like, something like moving. It's very, very beautiful to see it. It's a bit scary as well, because you don't think, you think, oh, it's the eyes going to open. It's not going to open, but this is like this kind of energy. It's like you don't see the energy. It's very mystic. It's very like deep energy, but there is still life there. So this is the water energy, okay, the gallbladder energy, what I'm talking about that. And then we see here, I'm not going to go very deeply to this, the circadian time, but you can see that after the gallbladder we have the liver energy between 1 o'clock in the night to 3 o'clock, and then we have the lung energy, which is 3 to 5 o'clock. And you see the lung energy, it's like a metal energy, but it's the deep energy of it, it's wood energy. I don't want to complicate it too much, but it's interesting to see how you can adjust yourself with the circadian clock, the rhythmic clock of 24 hours, because every 2 hours it's different organs that take in more place in your life. So let's say, like I say, in 5 to 7 is the colon, the large intestine, and 7 to 9 is the stomach, 9 to 11 is the spleen, 11 to 1 is the heart, 1 to 3 is the small intestine energy, 3 to 5 is the bladder energy, 5 to 7 is the kidney energy. What is important, the kidney energy is like the engine of the body, so that's why we need to like slowly go back, close everything, go home, like not to suddenly do something very quickly, or yang energy, the yin energy is going down. And then we have the pericardium energy and the triple warmer energy, and I'm going to talk about it in another video, but I just want to tell you how is it like this circle of everyday life and the seasonal circle as well. It's so important for you if you want to achieve balance in your life. Okay, so this is the most that I want to talk with you, like that it's more like in dominant energy, and you should surf on this wave of energy, of yin energy, and not go against that, if you understand a bit what I say. So it's like I can give you some tips as well. So for example, food choices. There are so many things, so many methods today about food or nutrition and things like that, and I have respect for everything, but this is like a general thing as well for the winter season. And then you have to go according to your character. For example, let's say if you are have like a menopause problem, you're sweating a lot, so maybe you won't take these food choices that is very warm energy in those food choices. Let's say if you sweat a lot in the night, so maybe you won't take some herbs that I will talk about soon that make your body more warm. Because it's like that as well. I forgot to say, it's like in every season we have the climate of the season, or we have the the climate energy of the season. In the winter, of course, it's cold energy, but let's say in the springtime we have the wind energy. That's the climate. In the springtime you have maybe warm wind, or things like start to move. It's not only wind that it's coming, it's the wind as well, the movement, the dynamic as well. And then in the summer we have the heat energy, of course, and every this transition between the summers, it's more like the earth energy. It can be like a damp energy. In the summer is heat, and then in the fall it's dry energy. That's more that it's more where you feel it in the air as well. Okay, so in the winter time it's the cold energy, and so if you have like suffer from extra cold in your body, so maybe it's good for you to take these choices of warm food. When I say warm food, I don't mean only when you cook it warm. I mean the energetic of the food. For example, okay. So all these root veggies is good. Here in Sweden they have a lot of good variety for this. You can make a soup of it as well. Soup has a lot of yin energy as well. It's a lot of you have to think like yin. It's give a lot of nourishment. So for example, salad, it's good to give nourishment, but it's not like so deep like yin energy. So soup, it can be good like all this kind of root. Fish or seafood as well is good, because we, like you see here, salty taste. It's make the water energy, and the water energy of the winter energy, it's associated with the kidney energy, the kidney and the bladder energy. So all the things that is salty, like seafood, or all the things that come from the water. It can be seafood, it can be as well like sweet water fish and things like that. It's good for your kidney energy. Beef, it can be good as well if you eat meat. Seaweed, if you think about seaweed, it's like deep in the water. It's growing there. It's a lot of good stuff in seaweed. Nuts or different kind of nut, it's good. It's very good, because you think of nuts, it's like so much energy is gathered there. Ghee, it's kind of butter that coming from India, and it's like clarified butter. It's more constant. It's like they take the water out of it, so it's more like in a way healthy, better, and usual butter that we buy in the store. And in general, like dairy products, I know that we're talking about dairy product can cause a lot of dampness in the body and so on, but in general, like dairy product, it's more have in energy in them. And all this white food, I call it white food, and I know that some of them it's not so healthy food, but it's like all the white color food, it can give you too much in sometime as well. Like potatoes is okay. Potatoes, it's okay to eat. Everything it's okay in the way. I'm not so. For me, it's like with nutrition, it's like you should eat healthy, but the most of the important thing as well is you should be healthy in your state of mind when you eat and when you do things, and it's a lot of connection between those two, but I'll give another lecture about that. So all this color food, white color food, rice, egg, pasta, all those, it's like yin as well, gives strength to the body. You have to think a bit like that, the yin and yang. The yang is growing from the yin. You know, the activity is growing from the stillness. Otherwise, just empty activity. It's like, you know, the Duracell battery just go, 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 and then it's in the end, it's like crashing. So that's why it's good all the time. Go back to the yin, give the yin the ability to recover, and then let the yang grow. And again, so that's why it's good with food and lifestyle to help you with the yin energy. And then some herbs from herbs that you can think as well in the winter time. And this is herbs as well from Ayurveda or Chinese medicine, both. So Tulsi, we use it a lot in Ayurveda. Tulsi, it's holy basil. Tulsi has a lot of warm energy as well, warm energy. So it's a good herbs if you like have a lot of cold in your body. Very good Tulsi for the lung energy now with the COVID and all this. So it's like take a lot of dampness from the lung. And so let's say if you feel like you're going to get cold as well, so you can do a very good remedy that it's like with Tulsi, black pepper, like 2 corn, grounded, and then let it cool. Black pepper and Tulsi together, hot water, let it cool down a bit, and then with honey with good quality, and drink it. So drink it like 3 times per day. If you start to feel this sore throat as well, it's very good to do this. Or to drink a Tulsi in regular basis as well, it's good for you. Ginger, of course, everyone know about ginger, but very interesting thing that I can give you tips, like you have to, I wrote powder here, ginger. So you have to know a bit the difference, because the raw ginger that we drink when we get cold, it's very good to drink it when you get cold. But the powder, if you don't have any cold, the powder is working on the inside more, and the raw ginger working on the outside. So that's why it's good to take raw ginger when you start feel this cold. So it's like the body help you to get sweated out. But the powder, it's more working on the insides, make you strong more in the inside, like they give you more yang, give you more heat in the inside. Okay, so you have to think about it, which situation you are right now. And then we have the cinnamon twig, I think call it, cinnamon twig. In Chinese it's called guizi, and they are very good as well. It's like the cinnamon bark as well. We have to see the difference. The bark is the outside of the tree, you know, and the inside. So it's like you have to see that this is cinnamon twigs and not the inside of the tree. It's different part, because this is as well like the ginger. The cinnamon twig, it's working on the fire inside to make you warm. It's like, let's say it's someone that have like a heat problem in the body, so we want to keep the heat inside. So the cinnamon twig, it's good, very good for this kind of things, like you got like a flash heat suddenly, so it's very good. So this you can drink as well. Fenugreek, or in Swedish, the people that in Sweden and watch me know Swedish, so it's like Bergholms klöver. It's very warm energy in this, so you have to be careful as well if you're a very warm person in your body. And it's produce more milk if you are breastfeeding as well. So you have to think about it that as well if you want to stop with this. So this is not good for you. And another combination of herbs from Ayurveda, which is called Ingvashtaka. Ingvashtaka, it's like 8 herbs together, and most of them they are warm herbs, and it's very good as well formula for if you have a lot of gas in your digestive system, if you feel cold in your digestive system, if you have as well like a period, how do you say it in English, like before the period, like PMS pain as well, it's good, premenstrual syndrome. So it's like eight herbs. It's like pipali, it's long pepper, it's black pepper, it's hing as well. It's cumin, it's black cumin, Himalaya salt. So it's a very, very good combination if you feel like you're very cold in your body and you want to strengthen your digestive system. So yeah, and there are some books that you can as well that I recommend for you, and those books is like Yoga Herbs. It's herbs from Ayurveda or Chinese medicine that talk. It's give the quality of the herbs. It's a very good book. I recommend. It's called Yoga Herbs. You just write on Google, and I think you will come to this book. The author, it's like David Farrell and Dr. Vasnath Lad. Okay, here you can see it. And as well, this is book Ayurveda as well, with a lot of good example how you can take care of yourself as well, from the same author. And for the people that here in Sweden, this is a good book talk about Chinese medicine, nutrition, kost in Swedish. In Chinese is Kostlära Peter Torshäll. It's very good. It's explained good about yin and yang and so on. Okay, now I talk half an hour. Oof, was a lot of information. But yeah, thank you very much. And take care of yourself. And I see you soon. Take care. Thank you.